What's good, world? What's good? This is Creative Insights, where I share my thoughts and tips on all things creative for all creatives in all types of fields, professional or otherwise. If you enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and click the notification bell so you can receive more entertaining, inspirational, and informative content. What's good? This is Preezy. I'm a freelance journalist and creative based out of Brooklyn, New York. I've written for publications such as XXL, Vibe, Revolt TV, Complex, so on and so forth. I've been writing professionally for about 5 years now, but I kind of took an unconventional route to being a professional freelance writer. I started writing about 2010, 2011, and throughout that process, I never went to journalism school, so I kind of learned by trial by error. I kind of threw myself into the fire, so I had to learn along the way, and different opportunities came as a byproduct of different people along the way. So I just wanted to speak on 5 different people that helped me along my journey and how those people helped me learn certain things about myself and about the craft of writing and about how to conduct myself as a professional freelance journalist. One of the first people that helped me on my career as a writer, as a professional freelance journalist, was DJ Ben Amin. Shouts out to him and For All Nerds. He has a podcast, you should definitely check it out. But it was years back, about 2010, 2011. He was running a site called Please Don't Stare. It was a popular blog, based around hip hop, culture, lifestyle, things of that nature. And me and Ben Amin got into contact via Twitter. I was actually sending him music because behind the scenes, years back, I used to do music. I still dabble in it from time to time. I may share that in the near future. It's just something that I love to do. But at the time, we was going back and forth via Twitter DM about music, but I was always into hip hop. I was that kid that always had the new magazine, had the new XXL Source, even basketball magazines, just anything. I was a big reader growing up, and I was always good in English and stuff like that, but I can't lie and say that my dream was to become a writer. I just knew I wanted to do something with hip hop and culture, and I was always fascinated, fixated, with the whole vibe of the culture and all of that. So anyway, me and Ben Amin started talking via DM, and he needed a new writer or blogger. Back in the days, we referred to them as blogger. That's kind of an outdated term nowadays, but back then bloggers was popular as far as online music criticism and stuff like that, posting videos. So he needed somebody to basically post videos and stuff like that, post different types of content. And I took him up on his offer because I was transitioning back to New York. At the time I was living in Delaware, but I was looking to move back to New York City. So basically I was like, okay, if I could crash on your couch, whatever, I'll write for free basically, because I was new at it. But as I started writing, I kind of found out that really posting videos doesn't get you noticed and stuff like that. And plus I had thoughts, and I was always read magazine articles back in the day and think that I could have did this, that, so on and the forefront. I would have said this, that, or I saw something that they may not have noticed. So I kind of transitioned into writing, and Ben Amin was basically the first person that really gave me a shot. My first article I ever wrote was posted on Please Don't Stare. It was about LeBron James and when he lost in the 2011 finals. I wrote a scathing, just letter to him because I'm a big LeBron James fan. So that was really my start in the writing. So in short story, in short order, I want to just shout out to Ben Amin. He's definitely doing this thing. For all nerds, you might have also heard him on the Combat Jack show. He was a DJ for that for many years. Rest in peace to Combat Jack. But definitely shouts to Ben Amin for helping me along my journey as a writer. The second person on this list that helped me along my journey to becoming a writer is actually a group of people, and that's the Smoker Section, TSS. They was a popular rap blog and still is a popular content outlet that focused on everything culture, everything lifestyle, pertaining to hip hop, sports, even politics, just a little bit of everything. And I started writing for them around 2013, and how working with John Gotti, David D, Justin Tinsley, and everybody on the team that's a place where I up my grammar as far as my grammar usage and how I word my sentences and phrase my sentences. I was always told that I had a knack for presenting a story, laying out the facts, doing my research, dotting my I's and crossing my T's in that manner. But basically I couldn't write for shit. Pardon my French. I had to learn how to write proper prose, So that's basically people and a group of people that taught me basically how to write in a better way, to write professionally. The smoking section kind of groomed me to spread my wings and write for other publications, because like I said in the previous video, you have to have clean copy. So smoking section really ingrained in me the importance of having clean copy, and they kind of showcased my work because, like I said, they was one of the popular hip-hop blogs and lifestyle culture blogs of that time, websites, whatever you want to call it. But so they had a very large readership. People like Spike Lee's checked out my work, different rap artists, different movie stars, entertainers, all types of people gave us props, when I may have gotten them props or I may not have, who knows, but they definitely assisted me, and I have to always thank them for that. So shouts out to John Gotti, shouts out to David D, Justin Tinsley, Beware, the whole team. If I ain't name you, blame it on my head, not my heart. But shouts out to Smoking Section for definitely helping me along my way to becoming a freelance writer. The third person on my list to helping me become a freelance journalist, freelance writer is actually a duo, and that would be Tim Otep and Georgette Klein. Now I started working with Tim Otep and Georgette at the Boombox around 2014, and I like to shout out Ortesia Balthrop for actually facilitating that. She basically put a good word in, and I had to send in copies of my work from the Smoker section. See how that works? So that was some of the clips that I sent to Tim Otep, and he liked my work enough to basically give me a shot. He's another black writer based out of Brooklyn, so he was basically trying to pay it forward to another black writer, and I could also not just black, but a great writer. But on top of that, it's not enough representation sometimes in our industry, so he was basically trying to pay it forward in that manner, and I always respect and appreciate that. So I was working with Tim Otep on some of my earlier work, but unfortunately he had to depart from the Boombox for another opportunity. So that's when Georgette Klein took me under her wing, another New York as well. But she really nurtured me, nurtured my style, gave me plenty of opportunities to really showcase what I could do. Took my ideas with the proper respect, and just letting me basically spread my wings, letting me be me, because sometimes working with editors, you can be confined in certain areas, depending with certain publications. But working with her, she's actually my favorite editor I've ever had, to be honest. Sorry to everybody else, I love you all, but Georgette Klein really nurtured me, took me under her wing, allowed me to make mistakes, and corrected my mistakes in a way that was respectful and that didn't really belittle me, just really allowed me to keep my confidence and help me keep my confidence, and wasn't scared to let me know when I was doing good, and wasn't scared to correct me when need be, but did it in a loving way. So, and also at the Boombox was that also transitioned because Georgette started working with XXL, where she's currently at as one of the top editors. So she kind of took me on board as part of XXL and gave me a shot there, and that worked out. And that was actually the first magazine I was ever published in. I've had multiple articles published in XXL, so I would have ever had that happen if it wasn't for Georgette Klein. So definitely shouts out to her, and shouts out to Tim Otep. They was definitely big helps along my journey to becoming a freelance journalist. The fourth person that helped me along my journey to becoming a freelance writer is my man Daytwan Thomas, Daydog. That's my homie. That's the big homie, actually, the OG. You may have seen his name in King Magazine back in the day, Vibe, XXL. Like, he's been everywhere, done everything under the sun. He's been in this game for 25 years or better at least. So he's basically been through it all, seen it all, and he kind of took me under his wing under the years, really gave me the props and the reassurance that I was on the right path, that I was representing for that generation, that class of writers I was around during the late 90s and during the early thousands, that I was of that same cloth. So he basically gave me that reassurance, and I always thank him for that. And we still work with each other closely as far as working on projects. When I work with Vibe and doing other things, he's always in support of what I'm doing, even if it's not under his umbrella, and I appreciate that. It doesn't have to be under the Vibe brand for him to just be glad for me, be happy for me, be proud of me. So he's kind of turned into a big brother to me as far as the journalistic. I kind of look up to him and I admire him, but I'm still able to do my own thing. Like, I try not to lean too much on him, but I know he's always there with guidance and with opportunities. He always passes me the ball and gives me the room to execute, and we have a nice rapport. We have a nice chemistry, working relationship, and all of that. So I greatly appreciate him, not only as a creator, but as a person too. Like I said, he's turned into like a big brother to me, as far as the professional force, teaching me the ropes. So yeah, so definitely big shouts out to Daytwan Thomas. Definitely somebody who's helped me along my journey to becoming a freelance writer and a creative. Shouts out to you, big dog. The fifth person that helped me along my journey to becoming a freelance writer is just all of my peers, all of my supporters. There's too many of y'all to name, but each and every one of you who read my articles, shared my articles, gave me feedback on my articles, whether it was positive reinforcement or even negative, or like critical. I wouldn't say negative, whether it was criticism, just everybody that took the time out to give my stuff a look over, everybody that basically give me words of encouragement, because being a writer, like especially a freelance writer, isn't easy. It isn't for the faint of heart. It's definitely a hard grind. Sometimes you're your own champion, but it was times when I had to rely on those people. Like, I'm a fairly confident person. If you follow me on social media or you ever met me in person, I'm a laid back but confident person, but sometimes it's like you're not getting a reaction out of the public, you're not getting that engagement, you kind of lose sense of if your words matter, or you start to doubt it. I wouldn't say lose sight, but you start to doubt it. But at those moments, people was like, nah, like, you're dope, like even the people I named previously on this list, but in addition to them, my family, my friends, even my roommates right now, whatever, like I just met them, recently, but they're always giving me words of encouragement. So people like that really, just give me pats on the back, or even, kicks in the ass when I need it. Like, yo, you need to get on your grind, you need to be doing more, you need to be, showcasing more your talent. That's definitely people that helped me along my journey. So shouts out to you, and that's the fifth person or group of people that's helped me along my journey to becoming a freelance creative and to be able to do this for a living. Well, those are 5 people that's helped me along my journey to becoming a freelance journalist. If you have people, if you're creative out there, freelance, or you're working with a staff, you have a staff gig or whatever you're doing, if there's people that helped you along your journey, feel free to hop in the comments and shout them out. Maybe I may know them, or you may know some of the people that I mentioned earlier in this video. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and click the notification bell so you can receive more inspirational, entertaining, and informative content. But it's your boy Preezy. Peace.